Hey everyone, it's Angela. Let's Create Your Future. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. And in today's video, I am answering a question. A comment on one of my videos recently was, what about if I have been manifesting, if it's taking a long time, 2-3 years, and does this mean I just can't manifest it into my reality? So I want to address that today. I'm just going to jump right in, guys. So when we are dealing with time, the number one thing to understand is time is an illusion, all right? Everything is really occurring simultaneously, okay? Past, present, and future. We are simply observing the things that we are able to perceive in our 3D in this now moment, right? But everything is happening. So those things that we can think about, that we can desire, that we can meditate on, all those things are occurring as options, as realities, as choices for us. Just because we're not perceiving it in this 3D doesn't mean it's not for us and that we can't have it, and it's not something that can come into our 3D reality. Now, I understand that when we want a desire and when we're longing for something, of course, there's, we want what we want in our reality. I get that. But it's never an indication when something is not showing up. It is never an indication that you can't have it, that it's not meant for you, or that it's going to be too hard for you to manifest into your 3D experience. Okay? I want you to know that first and foremost. What it does mean when something's not showing up is that we haven't changed internally. All right? It means that there's a story within us that is not matching the story of what we want to experience. That is it. That's all. And I hope that that brings you relief, because I have worked with clients where they say, I've been manifesting this for, this amount of time, for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and it's not coming in. And they feel like there's something wrong with them. They feel like that maybe it's not meant to be. They feel like it's just going to be difficult. And all of those beliefs are actually impacting your manifestation, okay? So if you can just begin to realize there's just a story, there's just a belief, there's just something within you that you need to tweak, that you need to change, it gives you a little more confidence in knowing that you can manifest whatever you want. Because if you can think of something, I say this all the time, if you can think of an outcome, if you can think of a version of someone, if you can think of the thing that you prefer, that thing wants you. That thing wants to come into your 3D experience. So then why do things not show up? Why do we not get our desire immediately? Why does it seem to take a long time for certain manifestations? And again, it's that story within, right? And there are 2 areas that we look at. It's self-concept and it's our view of the world, how we feel about the world. Also mental diet, I guess 3 things here. But our mental diet is all about self-concept and how we feel about the world. So I'm going to jump into self-concept, and I talk about this all the time, right? We have to believe that we are completely and totally in this moment worthy of anything that we want to experience. And we have sometimes a subconscious belief that's playing in the background about self-concept that we're not always thinking about, right? So it's being really honest with yourself, really paying attention to that feeling, the thoughts around who you think you are, okay? And changing them. So I want to tell you that regardless of body size, how you look, how much money you have, the kind of car you drive, the job that you have, anything that has to do with you, regardless of all of those external things, right now, in this moment, you are completely worthy of whatever you want to have. So it's building that belief within you. When you feel so confident, so comfortable, so empowered in who you are right now in this moment, you are very magnetic. You are very highly magnetic. It doesn't matter if we are talking about money. It doesn't matter if we are talking about a relationship. It doesn't matter if we are talking about health in the body. You become magnetic when you internally become very strong. So building yourself up is going to make you magnetic for any desire. And when you build yourself up, when you grow in that self-concept piece, when you put that first, when you make that the priority, then everything is going to reflect that back. Okay. So you have to make yourself a priority. You have to have the love within. You have to have the peace within. You have to have the confidence within. And sometimes that means that we set that desire on the shelf momentarily to give ourselves all of those things. So it's being happy with yourself in this now moment that allows you to experience those extras in the future moment. It's being very content, very satisfied, very fulfilled with who you are right now that brings in those other things for your future experiences. And it doesn't mean that you can't have joy and you can't have excitement about those future things, but you don't have to have them to be fulfilled. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Those other things, the relationship and the money and extra things, that is just something extra that you get to enjoy. But who you are being, the person that you are, needs to be fulfilled, confident, strengthened within. Okay, so dive into you, dive into self, dive into confidence, dive into believing in who you are, not just as the person that can have any experience in the 3D, but also the person that is creating it all. The self-confidence in understanding your part in your reality, the self-confidence in believing that you're the opera power, believing that your thoughts are very powerful, believing that you are creating the scenarios that you're going to live out by thinking about them. So practice building yourself up as a conscious manifester by, creating those affirmations that I am the only opera power. I know that it's all coming from within. I believe in law of assumption. I know that it's working in my favor. Building yourself up around those thoughts that empower who you are as a conscious manifester is also very, very important. So your self-concept, your confidence in self is who you are in this 3D experience, right? You are worthy right now. You deserve to have that desire right now. That desire wants you. And then believing that it's coming through you. You have to believe that your attention and your focus is very powerful, that your thoughts are energetic, that your thoughts are connecting you to experiences. So, spend time meditating on that, reading Neville, growing your faith, knowing that it has to happen internally first, that you have to put attention and time towards what you want. You've got to do that first, okay? Now, the second part is believing in a world that supports you. I have seen this so many times with clients where they're affirming for a person, they're affirming for something very specific, but they have an underlying belief that somehow the world is against them, that life is hard, that life is difficult. And I've had that own belief in my own life, just this feeling that life is hard. Life has to be difficult. Life is a struggle. Everything is against me. It's an uphill battle. I've seen this time and time again, guys, that you can change that story, okay? And again, it's by believing that when you change your view about the world, that the world is going to show you different stories. Believing that the world is actually here to complement you, support you, enrich you, to give you the life that you want, to actually serve it to you, right? So we have to change that story. And sometimes, depending on what we've experienced growing up, depending on what our relationship was with our parents, caregivers. We have a mindset that maybe feels that life just isn't going to be safe and supportive. And so we change that. We can look at that, change that, and rewrite our view of the world. So this is really important. It's your belief in a world that is safe, supportive, and giving to you. All right. That's a huge part of it. It's a positive mindset about the world. And the world literally will become positive when you change that mindset. So, and again, it doesn't matter what you're manifesting, but when you change the mindset about the world and begin to believe that it's safe and giving and nurturing and supportive, you're going to see that show up for you. All right. I've done it in my own life. And when you change that belief, things do show up differently, regardless of what that very specific thing is that you're manifesting, everything begins to shift. And the third thing that I want to talk about is mental diet. All right. Many times we feel, I've said my affirmations in the morning. I've said them at night. It's almost like I put in my time and now I expect to get that back, right? Mental diet is so important. Mental diet means when you're at work and you're going about your day and there's that little story playing in the background that says, oh, things don't work. I never get what I want. That person doesn't like me. I'll never get the money. That you catch those. You've got to stay aware. Awareness is so key, all right? Paying attention to everything and even checking in with your feeling state. So when you're beginning to feel yourself go down that rabbit hole, you're feeling the anxiety, you're feeling the worry, you're feeling the doubt, you're feeling the fear. You check in and you say, wait a minute, why do I feel this way? And it's usually because our thoughts are starting to go down that negative road, okay? And so we stop it and we say, not anymore, not now. I've taken charge. I know which way I'm going. I'm redirecting to a safe world. I'm redirecting to this relationship where I'm chosen. I'm redirecting to this story where I have unlimited funds and I have all the money. I'm redirecting to this healthy, happy body. I'm redirecting, staying aware and catching it. Mental diet is key, because where your attention goes, energy flows. Whatever you are entertaining up here, you are giving your power to. You are energizing. You are basically saying, yes, more. I want more of this. So pay attention to that. Focus on that. Be aware of what you're thinking about and redirect. Okay? So important. Okay, guys. Those are probably my main components when you feel like time is slipping away, you're not getting your desire. All right, these are just kind of check-in components, but think about self-concept. Think about really valuing yourself and recognizing that you deserve whatever. If you want something, that thing wants you. And then checking in with how you feel about the world. Do you think the world is for you or against you? Begin to create a positive mindset about the world and then watch the mental diet, staying aware, staying focused on what you prefer, on what you want, on who you are, and what you believe to be true about yourself. Okay. Remember, time is an illusion. Everything is occurring. And that thing that you would desire, it exists now. And you can experience it within now. And when you do that and trust in that and believe in that, you're on the right path. It's going to show up. Guys, I want to remind you about our free course that we're giving away, How to Find Your Blocks and Manifest Anything Fast. Great course. Check in the description box if you'd like to get signed up for that. Also, my course, Awaken to Who I Am, is now 50% off, and this is going to go on at least through July 4th. But check it out. Great course. I've had a lot of good feedback on that course. And if you want to work one-on-one with me, sign up down below for some coaching, and I will help you. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you watching. Thank you for all of your comments. I'll see you next time. Bye.